It's pronounced Tuch, you douche. Yeah, that's one that we've done for a while. Yeah, I mean it's great to be back here. It's great to see the new crowd, the new litter of pups that Lewis has brought up. I mean, we've got a great group of people here. You have Paddy, and I know that's not his name, but he's Irish, so it's Paddy. I mean, you were talking about how like you lost your card, so you don't have money. You're a stand-up comedian. You don't have money. And, you know what? Like, just as somebody who grew up in this country, like. You hate your own people for being obnoxious alcoholics. That you're truly an Estonian now. we had Carl here. He's an awesome dude. I really enjoyed his set. I think actually we kind of look alike, like a little bit. Like if you think about like he's a fatter, hairier, worse dressed version of me. Like he's what I would have been if I stayed in Lasnamäe. Oh, it's great! It's great to be back on the stage. But it's like I'm back in Möku, and it's like it's been what 3 years since I've been here last time, and it really is like how everybody has that like one old girlfriend or boyfriend that you broke up with like years ago, and you still sometimes think about like. Did I really like do the right thing by breaking up, and then you come back and you go to a pub and you listen to them talk for an hour and you think, yeah, I did. No, I'm great. I'm really grateful that I'm really grateful that the audience is much nicer for the second half, or for the first half. I thought that we were kind of like salting the earth here at Möku, like nobody will laugh here ever again. Yeah, Möku's moving to Genklubi, so we'll have to see what happens with that. That it's one of two things: either Möku or either Möku will become a nice place to hang out again, or Genklubi is going to be like full of bros. Eric, what do you think? They're your people?
Doing my best, bro.
Yeah. No, it's great. Yeah. All right. So on with the old jokes. I mean, I have like Stuart. Like we're too professional to do this without notes. Stuart and I. So these are mostly the old jokes. Some of them are slightly updated for relevance, but yeah. So So when we started, like we were doing this first show, and we already knew that we had the second one. We had a bunch of comedians coming over from Sweden, awesome guys. Like Sweden had a great scene, and I like Sweden. Like I like it a lot. I like Stockholm. I've been there for a bunch of times. I was there once, and a friend of mine who's local. Like Stockholm. Sweden is like a big country, and people outside of Stockholm, like they don't think Stockholm represents their country properly. Like they think that Stockholm is the big city, like they have the crime and the dirt and everything. It's not true Sweden. Like a friend of mine who's from outside of Stockholm was driving me back after a concert, and he's like, "Oh, don't lock your door. We're stopped at a stoplight. We're in a bad part of Stockholm, and this is somewhere where a junkie can run up to the car at a stoplight and open the door and just drag you out and beat you up and take your money and your wallet and your phone." And I'm like, "Bitch, I'm from Lasnamäe." Yeah, original Lasnamäe material, ladies and gentlemen. I can do this shit because I'm actually like Russian. Yeah, no, I just old Lasnamäe material. I did grow up in Lasnamäe, and this is perfectly true. Like next to where I lived, there was an old like Ford Sierra, really old, like rusty, bad car parked with one of those custom license plates. Like with the stuff that you choose yourself, and the license plate was OLF2. And I just imagine that this person like had a really unsatisfying life. Not only are they living in Lasnamäe and driving a Ford Sierra, but they're not even the #1 Olaf. All right, no, but yeah. So Swedes are awesome. Swedes, we love the Swedes. Like we hate almost everybody, but we love the Swedes because we all bought our apartments and cars with their money. Isn't that right, Lewis? Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's yeah. So we have we have all their money, and it's like my sister who lives in Brussels says that the first traditional toast in Brussels is to the German taxpayer. He's paying for our drinks tonight. That is really true. Like, you know, we had the years ago when Estonia was paying into the Eurozone and things, that they were saying like, oh, why should we like loan 600 million euros to the Greeks? Well, we're loaning 600 million euros to the Greeks and we're getting billions from the EU, so we sit down, shut up, and do what Frau Merkel tells us. Yeah, and the EU is a place where you compromise, right? Europe is a place where people have different interests and they help each other out with those interests. Like Estonia really cares about defense, and you have somebody like Italy that doesn't care about like border defense at all in the east. But they have a problem with immigration. They have people coming over from like North Africa and sticking on the islands like in the middle of the Mediterranean, and they don't know what to do with them. So I think we can help each other out. Like we take all those people and we use them as the army, right? The Euro Gurkhas. They already know how to use an AK-47. And we can put them in the Estonian army, we can give them Estonian army uniforms, and we can use them as special forces to go rescue Eston Kocher. Because this is the perfect deniable op, right? Deniable special op. Like imagine the press conference between like Vladimir Putin and Ilves, newly divorced, like on the market. Like, what's up, guys, ladies? And Putin is like, how dare you attack a prison in Moscow and rescue this guy? And Ilves is like, no, we didn't. Yes, you did. Prove it. We have video. Show it. Ah, fuck, no. You know what? Never mind. Yeah. So we've got a bunch of foreigners here coming here, and like there's places in Estonia where you're never going to find a foreigner, right? You're never in Tallinn. You're never going to find a foreigner living in Õismäe, because he's never going to be able to tell his cabbie where to take him. The same reason why in Tartu you're never going to find unaccompanied foreigners in Püssirohukelda. Or yeah, that's why Stu for forever had the jokes about Võru, because it's an like no lose joke, right? Stu, it's like when a foreigner says Võru, it's like for Estonian audience, it's like watching a puppy pee on the rug. Like, it's wrong but adorable. Yeah, that's right. No, but it's great being like it's great being a foreigner, right? This is why I'm doing jokes in Estonian, not in English, not Estonian. It's great being like speaking a foreign language because people accept you more. Like I had that feeling when I actually the last show I ever did as a stand-up comedian. The end of my career was in Tokyo at the Tokyo Comedy Store, and like in Japan, as a white person, like they give you so much leeway. Like I was going through some security checkpoint and I had liquids in my bag and I wasn't supposed to, and they're like looking through it and it was a bottle of Vana Tallinn, and they're like, "Sir, what is this?" "Oh, it's a sample." "What kind of sample?" "Well, I work for a company that like disposes of hazardous waste." "So this is like a sample of what we can do with Japan's like nuclear waste?" And they're looking at me like, "That can't possibly be right." I'm like, "Here, smell this." And they're like, "Yeah, okay." Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, I love Japan. I love performing in Japan. I love being in Japan. It's a great country. Just needs subtitles. But they had no idea where I'm from. Like I said, I'm from Estonia. Where's that? Okay, like, you know Baruto? Not Naruto, not the cartoon ninja, the wrestler Baruto. Yeah, so he's from like, I'm from the Baltic states. This thing on? Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I was going back from drinking the Vana Tallinn with my local friends. They were driving me back, and I was very drunk, and I woke up like in the front seat of the car and understood two things. One, I'm driving on the wrong side of the road, and two, I don't have a steering wheel. Yeah, we got stopped by the police, and the policeman asked the driver, this asked the driver, like, "Sir, can you please repeat the alphabet backwards?" I'm like, Are you kidding, officer? He can't even do that when he's sober. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, but it's great to be back in Estonia. When you're traveling, when you come back, it's great to be back again. I got back like a few months ago from a trip, and I went out. Was just next to here, and I went into a park, and I was talking to some guy, and some guy was telling me like a really anti-Semitic joke, and I said, like, man, that's not cool. And he said, no, don't worry, I can say that because I'm a Nazi. Oh, that's just what happens when you go into the AKRA post-election party. Ooh. No, I went next door. I went into the Green Party, Green Party's party, right? And I was talking to some girl, and she was telling me about how like Earth Hour. You know, this Earth Hour where they turn off the lights and turn off electricity and turn off all appliances. And she was saying, like, we're doing this at work. This is going to be so great. We're doing this at work, like, next week. And I'm like, oh, cool. Where do you work? Estonian Air. Woo, you can see the quality of the jokes we had back then. Yeah. No, I like that girl. I got to know her better, and she had a tramp stamp, like a tattoo, in the shape of the Northern Star. I won't say where, but I used it to navigate. If you see the Big Dipper, you've gone too far. No, but it's great to be back in Estonia. There's a lot of great things about Estonia. Like, Estonia is a no bullshit country. Like, people like actually, you know, they're very straight talkers here. That's even the names are right? Like that's why we had the police commissioner called Tarmo Milic, and the head of the employers union called Tarmo Kriis. And actually, this is true. Estonian Air had a captain, Yuri Gagarin. And I mean, that's an old joke, but it still holds true because today we have the prime minister who actually is an empty suit. Yeah. So but Estonia is great. There are great things. There are things to love about Estonia. One of the things I love about Estonia is Estonian healthcare. I woke up one morning, I had really bad back pain, like I sprained something. Went into the emergency room and I said, like, I have really strong back pain. And the nurse said, did you walk in here? Yes. Then you're fine, fuck off. See, I told that joke at a private show I was doing, a wedding, I think, where it was a wedding, and the bride and all of her family were doctors. And after the show, she came up to me and said, I really enjoyed the show, and just like, I'm a doctor and all of my family are doctors, and just so you know, that is the right answer. Yeah, no, but Estonian healthcare is great, and you'll recognize this classic one. The Estonian healthcare is great, and I especially like Estonian ambulances. I was in Tallinn, and I saw in Tallinn there was an ambulance with a sticker on the back that said, your tax has paid for this. And then I saw the same sticker on the back of Katrin Siiskam.
They're too young, dude.
They're too young, yeah. What do Katrin Siiska and the Tallinn ambulance have in common? An old, fat, one-legged man has been in the back of both of them. Thank you very much!